Oh, that was almost fun. All right, guys, it's a random Thursday after work. Just got home. All the exhaust pieces are here, so we are going to try and put the exhaust in the Jeep so I can fire it up, listen to the engine now that I've replaced the head gaskets and the water pump and all that good stuff, and make sure it sounds okay. Starting it up without the exhaust was exceptionally rambunctious, annoying, and loud, and I couldn't hear anything. So I shut it off, and hopefully this will quiet down. We can start it up and actually listen to it. So what we have is, this is the front down pipe. So the flange will bolt to the header. We've got the bung for the O2 sensor. On this vehicle, we only have one, and it's a primary. So there's nothing after the cat, which is nice. So this goes in. Typically, your cat would end up here. We're not necessarily doing a, for legal reasons, this is an off-road vehicle only, let's put it that way. So we are just going to straight pipe where the cat used to be, and then we're going to have the muffler and then the tailpipe. I went extremely cheap on all of this because once we put the axle on the rear, I believe this exhaust ain't going to work out. So we're going to have to change things later anyway. So this is the cheapest of the cheap that I could come up with just to get the exhaust away from the front of the vehicle so I can hear. But yeah, we got clamps, O2 sensor, some bolts for this flange. Once this all works out and the suspension's done, I'll probably weld this together instead of clamps. But for now, this is what we got. Of course, I will link all these down in the description below. Finger tight, finger tight. And then another half, just go somewhat tight and turn it a little bit more. That's our method for today. Somewhat tight, a little bit more. Stick this in the bung hole. Definitely a metal shaving just went in my finger. Okay. So do that. I'll just go to right about there. If you don't have your anti-seize on the threads already, put on some copper anti-seize. Man, it hurt. Okay. Now we need a socket and a wrench for these bad boys. All right, so we got our 13 millimeter nut and bolt. Oh, and some washers. Okay, so we're going to be working right here. This is the header. It looks like that gasket is what probably needs to come off. Let's see if I can get up here. So this has a gasket on it that needs to come off because we bought a new one. Somehow this is going to come off. I don't know how. But I have every intention of getting it off. Okay, so that might be a pain in the butt actually. So, got a little chisel here. That might be stuck on there. Okay, so I bought this gasket, 31391. It's like a cone washer gasket. It goes right here. I can't get this one off right now easily, and this is temporary anyway, so I'm just going to use the old one and see how it goes. This new pipe and snake it on up in here somehow, however it goes. Oh wait. We have to take this out from the old one. So now this can snake up through here somehow. Not exactly sure. There it goes. Snake it back there. Yeah. Okay. Move this back towards this flange. Move this up here. Yeah, about that. Wow, that's a pretty tight on there, boy. And the bottom one is not gonna go on it. All right, we need longer bolts. Apparently. Now we got our bolts and our nuts in place. I don't know how easy this is gonna be to actually bolt into place. There's no room. Should have waited on dadgummed oxygen sensor. I knew that one. I knew I should have waited. Well, hold on. Let's grab our extension and our sockets with an impact. Speed this process up just a little bit. Watch, can't even reach it. Nope. Watch. Put the swivel in, and you know, we'll just hope for the best over here. Oh. Get crap in your mouth while you're at it. Because who doesn't want crap in their mouth? Okay, that one's a little bit tight. You don't want to just tighten one all the way because you're going cockeyed. That's about all the impact's going to give us. Switch back to the ratchet. Okay, top one is officially tight. Checked with ratchet. Bottom one is now officially tight. Tight, it's breaking off. All right, so now we're gonna take our oxygen sensor, flip this back to the front of the axle, and clip it in up here. You guys see that? Yeah. So I'm gonna clip this in over here. Looks like it's gonna go this way. Right? Right. If we're lucky. Maybe it's this way. Oh, and let's hope that's in all the way. Who knows? Because, you know, everything's broken apart. That's just gonna have to dangle for now. So then we're gonna move backwards to the tailpipe and the muffler so that we can figure out what length we need to put in for where the cat should be. This, I'm not really sure how is going to snake it in there because everything's kind of in the way. Actually, it's really in the way. So I cut the old one out, so I'm not quite sure how all that works to snake it in. There we go, here we go, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Was this on top of the sway bar or below it? Looks like this goes right here. What in the actual heck? I think it did go on top of the sway bar. Who designed this crap? What in the actual fudge sickling things did they do here? And I quite honestly don't remember. Okay, so we kind of fed this in from the back side out, worked much better, much more clear. Now we just gotta get this hanger in place. I don't have quite enough room. We're like 1.5 inches short, which I'm sure is on purpose. Here we go. There it goes. All right, so that exhaust hanger is in place. And this is gonna look something like so, which is above these lines, or below those lines. So now we can put the muffler right here and then measure the distance and cut a piece of pipe to put between these two openings, theoretically. Like so. All right, so we are going to theoretically just slide the muffler on right here. Easy enough. Holy crap, that goes way in there. We don't need it all the way in there. So let's just go to the end. We want to go to about there probably. Right about there. Let that put pressure and all that, oh well. So then we're going to take this U-bolt type clamp. And like I said, we will weld this once we have the suspension done. But for the time being, we are not going to weld this. Which one of them's tight. This is going to be sitting up something like that, so I want it to sit flat as I can. Okay, so that's nice and tight. So we can move on to the next part, which is this part. You see this part? You see there? Yes, you can. Barely. Turn you guys just a little bit. Okay. So now we need to measure the distance between here and here and cut accordingly. So let me grab a measure. So I'm hoping we're in line. So I'm going to go to just about that flange right there and all the way in here. So we're looking at about 24 inches to get this all the way in. So let's go cut a 2-foot piece. Alright, so we're cutting exactly 2 foot, but we want the flange. So we need to measure from this flange over, which should put us right here. This is an approximation, it's not a science. There's lots of slippage room in that muffler for mistake. So then, we want this to rotate as little as possible. So, with that, I'm putting our foot there to stabilize it, because I have a super awesome system here. And we'll go for it. So what I hope to achieve by cutting this the max length is that if my measurement was off because everything's drooped right now, will still be good because I can just cut some more off if I have to. That's my theory. Not an exhaust guy, I've never done exhaust. So the flange side is apparently going to go on the side with this front end here. Looks like it's going to slip right over. Oh yeah, see, I thought this was slipping inside here. So that's already, I just lost an inch there, which means I'm way too long here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut off about 2 inches. Be right back. All right, so we're back, shaved about 2.5 inches off. So now I should be able to slide this in. I'm sliding this side first because this is not moving. This is solid that way. Bolted up the flange, it ain't moving nowhere. This side has way more flex room and it might still apparently not be enough to get this in. So we are going to loosen the clamp on this side so we can push it in. That's fine. And now we can push this side in to give us enough room, maybe. Ah, there it is. Go up like so. Oh, that was almost fun. All looks good. Now we just got to clamp it in place. So I am using 2 different size clamps. I've got 2¼ inch for here and here, and then a 2 inch here in the rear. That's what the Walker website told me to get. It looks like it's going to work out just fine. Okay, now I just gotta go solidify that flange up front and we should be done. All right, we're gonna start it up for the first time since everything's been done. I used a crap load of chemicals when cleaning things, a lot of brake clean, a lot of carb clean, a lot of cleaners, so I'm expecting a lot of smoke when I fire this up. Also coolant, water, everything else is everywhere, so I'm expecting some smoke. I don't know how much to expect, and I don't know if I ruined anything throughout this process. So got a fire extinguisher. I cleared the driveway behind me just in case we gotta back this thing out. I'm not expecting that. I really hope that doesn't happen, but should we fire it up? Let me unchock it in case we gotta back out, and we'll fire it up. Hopefully we'll fire it up. Just fire it up since doing everything. It actually sounds pretty good. In fact, I had what I thought was a lifter tick or a rod kit, a ticking under the valve cover, and I don't hear that right now. So I think what I was actually hearing before was the exhaust rattling, because the exhaust was horrible. The exhaust is replaced. I just replaced that right now. We got new exhaust all the way back. Got rid of the cat. New muffler, new tailpipe back there, so new all the way back. There's no oil spitting everywhere, just a lot of smoke, but the smoke is probably, oh yeah, I can see the smoke coming from the exhaust right there. I'm okay with that because I put a crap load of cleaner through this system, so let's let this burn off and I think we'll be all right. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can tell. Lots and lots of smoke. All right, guys, we got her started. We started her for the first time since we've done the head gaskets, the valve cover gasket, and exhaust manifold, all that stuff. So a couple things to keep note of: the gasket from the flange on the header going to the exhaust I just put on, that I could not get that gasket apart. It's solidified, it's welded together, it's not coming off. So we just reused the old gasket. That could potentially cause leaks and issues there, so keep that in mind. Eventually I'm probably going to redo the manifolds as well anyway, and just not today. Like I said, the goal right now is just to get it where I can drive it back and forth to work or whatever, what have you, just so I can find out if it's going to be a reliable engine and everything else. So for now, we reuse that gasket. I linked all of the exhaust parts that we just used in the description below. Very affordable, seems to work good, it sounds all right, smells all right, so I think we're doing okay. Stay tuned, we've got a lot more stuff coming. We've got axles for the Jeep, we've got tires for the Jeep, we've got a radiator. It's actually a really cool radiator. It's a 3-row radiator, all aluminum. That's going to be going in, and yeah, I'll link that of course when we get there. So stay tuned, more videos coming. This Jeep is going to be my toy, and I am super excited to get it to that point. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Let me know you like these videos. Keep coming back for more. Hit the subscribe button, the notification button, so you know when I post, and share these videos. If you want to see this thing to completion, then stick around. Again, everything's linked down below, and I'll see you on the next one.